Hey there! Some of you may know me as Lover of Stories on Tumblr. Most people know me as Mimi. So I'm just going to do a little question and answer video. Some of these are questions that I get a lot, some are ones you just asked me, and some are ones that have been sitting in my inbox for a very long time. So, let's get started! Let's get started with some basics. So, what do people call you? How old are you? What do you do? Again, most people call me Mimi. My given name is Emilia, with an E. Mimi is not actually a nickname of Emilia, it's just my parents couldn't decide what to name me, and so Emilia went on the birth certificate, but then everyone just calls me Mimi. Both are names of relatives. And how old am I? I'm 24, I just turned 24 last month, and I am about to enter my second year of medical school. Next, what is your favorite book? Favorite book is definitely Buddy Wakefield's Gentleman Practice. I cannot encourage you to buy this book enough. It is the best book of poetry and the best combination of words that I've ever read. And if this book doesn't move you, you probably don't have a soul. So I'm sorry about that, but seriously, you need to buy this book. I would loan it to you, but Buddy wrote me a really nice inscription in it, and you're not touching it. What books are you currently reading? I'm in the middle of a few right now, but the one I'm most in the middle of is Augusten Burroughs' Magical Thinking. He wrote like Running with Scissors and Drive and things like that. He's kind of like a mix between like David Sedaris and Chuck Palahniuk, and he's really funny and really has a good sense of humor, so I like his books. Next, how did you get into slam poetry? So I actually got into slam kind of haphazardly. I've always really been interested in poetry. I used to write a lot of poetry, and then like the senior year of my high school, I went to go see a Sage Francis show, and Buddy Wakefield was opening for him, and he was like the only person on the bill. Like I had no idea who it was. So I was just like, what the fuck? He's like, I'm a poet, and I'm like, okay, well, let's see what the fuck you're doing at a hip hop show. But he fucking killed it, and like the poems he read that night were just like, I need to hear those poems, and like it completely just like, you know, changed me, and I got really addicted to poetry, and I bought his books like within the week and completely fell in love with him, and so I've been a really, really big Buddy Wakefield fan since then, and he's had this weird way of coming into my life like exactly when I need him to, which I think is why I probably like Gentleman Practice so much. I saw him perform that book during his tour, and it was like the exact moment I needed to read all of those poems and hear all those words. So, that's that. What is your dream job? Well, if you haven't realized, medical school usually leads to becoming a doctor, and so I'd really like to go into family medicine, like a back to basics kind of family medicine. I want to be like the doctor that you see from the time like you're born until like you die, and I want to be close with families. I want to make house calls. I want to, you know my patients, you know, beyond just a superficial level, and have a really established trust and communication skills, and you know, I don't know where healthcare will be by the time I'm a doctor, but you know, I'd totally be okay with like getting food as a payment, or bargaining down, or just being really upfront and honest with what's going on, and not trying to, you know, cheapskate people and like have the middlemen and things like that. So we'll see. Have you ever faced any discrimination in school or from professors? Not really. Like the school I go to, like everyone's super okay and like completely accepting of like my gender presentation, and the docs too. I haven't really come across any doctors who are, you know, really outright, you know, discriminatory or anything like that. I do happen to go to a school in a bigger city, and so it's a lot, more open-minded people. With that said, I definitely interviewed at some schools that were a little bit more rural, and I could tell I made people uncomfortable, and, I got, the wrong pronouns like 80% of the time while I was there, so I was like, I probably won't be happy here, and, but I'm happy where I am now, so that's that. When it comes to patients, there have definitely been a few who, outright question, are you a boy or girl, things like that. No one's been, violent or anything like that, and as, a doctor, I have the right to choose patients that I can see. I don't have to see people just because they show up at my door, and if they're going to treat me poorly, I have no real responsibility to treat them if they can't show me, decency or respect. So, that solves that problem. How do you dress so nicely? Thank you. And I guess practice. I'm just a really visual person, and so, especially like Tumblr and everything, most of the things I follow are just, fashion blogs, and like I have a lot of like magazines and things I check up on, and to get a lot of inspiration from there, and I'm able to like pinpoint exact things and outfits that I like, and I want to try my own. And once you figure that out, what you want your style to be, and like what cuts fit you, and what doesn't work for you, the look you want to go for as a whole, then everything just comes together nicely. And I guess I'm just at that point. And working at J. Crew definitely helped. I'm just starting back up there again, and I'm really excited for the associate's discount. So, I mean, if you have the time, if it's like part-time, a couple hours a week to work at one of your favorite clothing stores, most of them have like really generous discounts for employees. If not, befriend someone who works there, or definitely, subscribe to the emails, even though they may seem really bothersome at times. They'll let you know exactly when the sales are happening. And, if you're a student, most stores have student discounts, so you just need to ask for them. Otherwise, you can always thrift, you can go to eBay, you can browse the internet, there's tons of stuff out there. You just have to know what you're looking for, really. Are you single? No. I have a very loving girlfriend named Nina. She brought me flowers yesterday because I wasn't feeling in a particularly happy mood. And she cooks me food and deliver. Let's see. Do you have any tattoos? No. I know I put up a picture of a Van Gogh tattoo the other day, but that was completely fake. It's a temporary tattoo. I have like a collection of temporary tattoos, Van Gogh's being one of them. Soon the NPR tattoos are going to be added to my repertoire, and I'm going to have some really awesome classic Americana temporary tattoos. But I really don't have any interest in getting tattoos, especially like in the medical field. I know it's not technically like illegal, but it's definitely frowned upon in most places. You definitely can't have any visible tattoos or piercings and stuff like that, so not something I'm really interested in, not something I could practically get anyway. I do have an entire body covered in freckles, and so that's kind of like a tattoo that you're born with, and you have forever. So yeah. I think that's it for all the questions. If you guys can think of anything else that you want answered, just let me know. If you have any other ideas for videos, or things you want me to talk about, or do, or demonstrate. I know I have a lot of how-to videos. Just let me know. Okay? Bye!